There exists a distinctive aspect of contemporary life that frequently goes unnoticed. Numerous individuals feel overwhelmed not due to excessive activity, but because their focus is seldom permitted to linger in one location for an extended period. A thought initiates. A notification pings. A dialogue commences. A message surfaces. A fleeting moment of curiosity arises, only to be disrupted by another demand for attention. The mind perpetually shifts, often without conscious intent. Over time, this incessant transition begins to feel habitual. However, something significant is subtly forfeited in this process. Not intellect, not drive, not skill, but continuity. The capacity to engage with a single subject long enough for it to unveil its profound layers. In a society that values speed, responsiveness, and constant connectivity, sustained focus can start to appear peculiar, almost antiquated. Yet many individuals intuit that something precious lies within it. A type of richness that is challenging to articulate, but instantly recognizable when encountered. A sensation that attention has finally returned to its rightful place. The challenge extends beyond mere distraction. Humans have always been prone to distraction. The more profound challenge is that contemporary settings have become remarkably adept at vying for attention. Attention is no longer just a psychological asset. It has transformed into an economic commodity. Entire frameworks are constructed to attract, retain, measure, and redirect it. Consequently, interruption has become intricately interwoven into the fabric of daily existence. Not as an occasional disruption, but as a default state. Many individuals navigate their day within a fragmented sphere of awareness. A task is executed while contemplating another task. A conversation unfolds while attention partially drifts elsewhere. A book is read while anticipating the next disruption. Even leisure moments often become interspersed with concurrent streams of information. This fragmentation leads to repercussions that are frequently misinterpreted. The issue extends beyond mere productivity loss. The more profound consequence is a lack of depth. Depth necessitates continuity. Whether one is engaged in thinking, creating, listening, learning, observing, or simply being present with another individual, depth arises from sustained interaction. A mind that is frequently diverted seldom remains with an experience long enough to appreciate its richness. This leads to a subtle form of deprivation. Life continues to be abundant. However, many experiences feel less substantial than they could be. Ideas remain in a nascent state. Conversations are left incomplete. Thoughts are left unresolved. Attention may skim over many subjects but truly resides in very few. This is not merely an individual shortcoming. It reflects a cultural phenomenon. Numerous individuals strive to lead meaningful lives in environments that prioritize interruption over concentration. The challenge is structural before it becomes personal. Recognizing this shifts the dialogue. The inquiry is no longer why individuals find it difficult to concentrate. The more insightful question is what becomes achievable when attention is permitted to settle. Perhaps uninterrupted focus should be viewed not merely as a productivity strategy, but as a mode of experience, a manner of engaging with reality, a way of existing fully. This viewpoint is based on 3 dimensions. The first dimension is immersion. When attention is uninterrupted, an individual gradually crosses an unseen threshold. Awareness becomes less fragmented. The line between observer and activity begins to blur. The mind is no longer perpetually assessing alternatives. It engages completely with what is present. This immersion transforms the quality of the experience itself. Reading evolves into more than just gathering information. Listening transcends merely waiting to reply. Thinking becomes more than just reacting. The world starts to unveil details that fragmented attention often overlooks. not because reality has altered, but because perception has deepened. The second dimension is continuity. Many of life's most significant experiences necessitate uninterrupted development. Understanding evolves through continuity. Insight develops through continuity. Creativity emerges through continuity. Even self-awareness unfolds through continuity. The mind requires time to delve deeper than the surface. Initial thoughts tend to be predictable. They mirror habits, assumptions, and familiar interpretations. However, when attention remains fixed on a subject, deeper layers gradually surface. Connections become apparent. Questions gain clarity. Perspectives become more refined. This process cannot be hurried. It relies on duration as much as on intelligence. The quality of thought is influenced not only by what the mind knows, but also by how long it engages with that knowledge. The third dimension is intimacy. This may appear to be an unusual term in the context of focus. Yet, sustained attention fosters intimacy with experience. To devote prolonged attention to something is to cultivate a closer relationship with it. Whether it pertains to a piece of music, a conversation, a landscape, a craft, an idea, or one's own inner life. Attention serves as a form of contact, and contact fosters familiarity. The deeper the attention, the more profound the relationship. Many individuals pursue richer experiences while neglecting the mechanism that generates richness. This mechanism is often not novelty. It is presence. A familiar experience engaged with complete attention can become more significant than a novel experience encountered with distraction. This fundamentally alters the concept of focus. Focus is not simply concentration aimed at a goal. It is a means of bestowing reality with the honor of undivided attention. When reality is given attention, it frequently uncovers much more than anticipated. The world appears less fragmented as perception itself becomes more cohesive. Depth is achievable because continuity is established. Meaning becomes simpler to uncover as attention lingers long enough to engage with it. This is why sustained focus increasingly resembles a luxury. Not due to its inherent rarity, but because it is becoming uncommon in practice. Luxury is often linked to abundance. However, some of the most precious forms of abundance cannot be bought. An abundance of silence, an abundance of time, an abundance of attention. Sustained focus encompasses elements of all three. It fosters psychological spaciousness, the sensation that awareness is no longer being tugged in multiple directions at once. This spaciousness enables thoughts to deepen, observations to become sharper, experiences to be more vivid. Conversely, much of modern life promotes a different engagement with attention, one that revolves around speed, constant stimulation, continuous responsiveness. The outcome is often paradoxical. Individuals consume more information while gaining less understanding. They encounter more content while experiencing diminished depth. They stay connected to numerous things while feeling less connected to what truly matters. Sustained focus presents an alternative, not as a form of resistance, not as withdrawal, but as a means of restoration, a return to the natural rhythm through which understanding, creativity, and presence can flourish. Its luxury lies in what it makes accessible, the capacity to remain with reality long enough for it to unfold. Perhaps the greatest value of uninterrupted focus is not in what it enables us to achieve. It is in what it permits us to experience. A life lived through fragmented attention can turn into a series of fleeting encounters, moments briefly touched before attention shifts elsewhere. However, a life lived with sustained attention presents a different experience. It is richer in texture. It possesses greater coherence. It feels more vibrant. The world remains unchanged. What has transformed is the mind's connection to it. This may be the subtle realization underlying all of this. Attention is not simply a tool we apply to the world. It serves as the medium through which we perceive the world itself. To safeguard it is to enhance the quality of our experiences. To enrich it is to enrich life itself. In an era characterized by constant interruptions, few luxuries can be as profound as the capacity to offer one thing, one moment or one individual the gift of your undivided attention.